Now for Mastering Algebra 1, Quiz 6, under functions, linear functions and relations. So let's have this problem. What is the equation of a line that is parallel to this one and passing through? Okay, again, we are being asked to solve for the equation again. That means we need to use y minus y1 equals mx. Guys, this formula is very useful in Algebra 1, especially on your EOC. So you make sure you memorize the formula. Here we go. Now here, we're talking about a line. Okay. Basically, if you use your graph, if you use your calculator and typing in y equals -2/3 x plus 5, you're gonna have a graph like this. Okay. But there's another point that is 2, -5. Let's say that is 0.2 negative, that is 0.2 -5. Now, the question here is, what would be the equation of that line if they are parallel? What do you think is the equation of this line? We know the equation of this line is -2/3x plus 5. Okay? Because that's in the problem. The question is, how about the red line? And that's going to be our job today, to make sure we know how to solve the equation of the second line. Okay? Let's do it. Here we have y minus y1. Again, label x1, y1. Your y1 is -5, -5. Again, negative will make it positive, equals. Do we have the slope? Oh no, we don't have the slope. But do we have x1? Minus x1 is 2. Now, here's the problem. We don't have the slope. Now, because in our class we agree that for two lines that are parallel, then they must have the same exact slope. Now, the problem here is asking for the equation of a line that is parallel to this one. If they're parallel, then they should have the same slope. But what is the slope of the first one? Of course, the slope is -2/3. So why don't we just go ahead and use that -2/3, because if they're parallel, then they should have the same slope. So here we go, -2/3. Y plus 5 equals, distribute that, -2/3. But negative times negative becomes positive. 2 times 2 is 4/3, copy the denominator. Or, calculator, -2 divided over 3 times -2 is going to give you positive 4/3. But again, I hate it when I want to try to solve y. There's a number here, so I just have to move it over. It becomes positive over that equal sign is negative. Calculator, 4/3 minus 5, using my mental math, it is -11/3. Okay, if you're not comfortable with that, try 4 divided by 3, and then minus 5, and then math and enter. Yes, so sorry, -11/3. This is going to be the equation of the line that is parallel to the first line. Now, for the second part, we have perpendicular. Again, we're solving for the equation, so again, we're going to use y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, that's x. Let's go ahead and label this with x1, y1. That means you have y plus 5. So again, here we have negative, 2 negatives becomes positive. Or why don't you just change the sign? See that y1 negative? Put it here, positive. See that positive? Put it here, becomes -2. But again, we still need the slope. Now, for parallel lines, if two lines are parallel, that means they share the same slope. They have the same slope. They have the same exact slope. So this time, if the two lines are perpendicular, we learned in our class that for perpendicular lines, that means the slope of the other line that's perpendicular to the first one is the negative reciprocal. That means you just have to flip it over. So that, see that 2/3? Make it 3/2. But because it's negative, you just have to change the sign. So what if it's positive 2/3? Then the slope of the line perpendicular to that one is going to be negative 3 over 2. Only when it's positive becomes negative, and now we have negative becomes positive. Then we can go ahead and continue finding the equation. 3 over 2 times x is 3 over 2x. 3 over 2 times 2 is 3 times negative 2 is negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Or again, if you want, use your calculator. 3 over 2 times negative 2 is going to give you negative 3. Move that 5 over, becomes minus 5, and now y equals 3 over 2x. Negative negative is negative 8. Calculator, negative 3 minus 5 should give you negative 8. Okay, how about having a problem like this? Again, guys, this is a long problem, so just go ahead and pause the video and take your time for this one. Okay, so for this one, Joey compared the y-intercept with the graph of function, this one. Okay, so he is comparing the y-intercept, and the y-intercept here is negative 5. Negative 5. Let me clear that out. The y-intercept is negative 5. Okay, so we're cool with that. But how about the y-intercept of this graph? Because here we have to basically find out the y-intercept of the first one, which is negative 5, and the y-intercept of this one. To find the y-intercept, first we have to find the equation of line. Again, we're talking about the equation, so here we go again with that long y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Then plug in y minus, your y1 is 20. Oh no, we don't have the slope, but your x1 is 1. We don't have the slope, so I guess we have to solve the slope here, which is y2 minus y1, so that would be 35 minus 20 over x2 minus x1. So 2 minus 1, it should give you 15 over 1, or simply 15. So let's go ahead and put that there. And then distribute, and now you have y minus 20 equals 15x. 15 times negative 1 is negative 15. And then move that minus 20 because you need to have y alone. And now you have minus 20 over becomes plus 20. Calculator or mental math, negative 15 plus 20 should give you positive 5. Okay, but wait, that's not the answer yet. Here you have positive 5. Here you have 5. But if you go straight to the question, what is the difference between the y-intercept of fx? So y-intercept of that is subtracted from, oh, see that word from? I was thinking about negative 5 minus, the y-intercept here is 5. But it says here, the word from, the y-intercept of gx. So here we go. So I have to flip it. First, I need this one first. Second one. So 5 minus. Minus because of that. So 5 minus from, okay, from gx, and minus the y-intercept there is negative 5, so it will be negative 5 here. So 5 minus negative 5 should give you 10. Whew. That's a long problem. Vaughn bought shirts and jeans. Each shirt cost $15 and each pair of jeans cost $18. He spent $120. What can you say about the x-intercept? What can you say about the y-intercept? So let's do it. Let's represent jeans, shirts as x and then jeans as y. So each shirt cost, so I would say $15 plus each jeans cost $18 equals he spent $120. Now let's go ahead and find the x-intercept. Now to find the x-intercept, for the x-intercept you just have to ignore the term with the y. here we go. Here, I just have to get rid of it. Now I have 15x. Get rid of that y, since we're talking about the x-intercept. So we don't need the y. Equals 120. And divide both sides by 15. 15 x equals 120 divided by 15. 8. Okay, what can I say about the y-intercept? Okay, same problem. If we have 15x plus 18y equals 120, and you want to solve the y-intercept, that means you don't really need that 15x. So why don't we just go ahead and divide both sides by 18. So y is equal to 120, that's 20. 120 divided by 18 is 6.7. That's it. That's the answer. Okay?